Okay, this is my wife's 2005 Nissan 350Z, and the driver's side door handle is broken. When you pull on the handle, the door doesn't open because the plastic that it's made of has broken off on the inside, and the rod that goes down doesn't open. Here's the new door handle. You can see that little yellow clip there. That's where the rod goes in that pushes down and opens the door. So the new handle will go on attached to the rod. What you'll need to do this is a socket, a 10mm socket, Phillips screwdriver, possibly a flathead screwdriver, and a little piece of paper here, a little piece of cardboard, thin cardboard that I made into a little tube, and that's to help get the bolts out of the door without dropping them in the door. So what happens here is you try to open the door, pulling on the handle, and the door doesn't open. So then you can, with your key fob, if the door were locked, let's lock it. Lock, okay, you can press unlock and hold it, and then the window will come down. Then you can reach inside and unlock the door and open it. You get tired of doing that though, you want a new handle. So I'm going to replace the handle today. And in order to do that, we've got two bolts, one behind this plastic grommet and one behind the bottom plastic grommet. And when you unbolt those two bolts or unscrew them, they have a Phillips head screw. The door handle here can then be pulled away. So let me set the camera down here, line it up so that we can see what we're doing here. Now, you can take a flathead screwdriver or probably be able to just pull it off with my finger. Yeah, the grommet comes loose. You can see the bolt with a Phillips head screwdriver underneath there. Take the first one loose here. May require a socket, or it may just come loose with the screwdriver, as that one did. And that one too. Okay, so they're both loosened up now, and I'm going to use this little piece of cardboard, thin cardboard, that I kind of made into a tube or a channel here to catch that or keep it from dropping down inside the door. So we're going to unscrew the screw, and it wants to hang up for some reason. I fiddled with it for a few tries and it kept hanging up. Eventually I just squeezed the cardboard tube together and pulled it out. And there's the first one out. It's today, and the weather's been warm here in the Sacramento area. I'm in Orangeville, California, and the weather's been in the mid-70s to almost 80. Things are starting to grow and bloom, and my allergies are bothering me. Let's see if we can get the bottom one out here. Same thing, I unscrewed it, and it just kind of wants to hang up there. Good shot of the back of my head. Using this supposedly free EasyVid downloader, and I'm not too happy with it so far. This is the first video, and I didn't realize that it's kind of time-lapse. It's jumping along very skippy here. See what the finished product looks like when I upload it. I don't know if it skips like this or if it'll be a smooth video. Alright, then we've got a door lock at the bottom there. Once we get those screws out, we pop that door handle loose. We undo the lock at the bottom, you see. And there's your door handle, the broken door handle. There's the piece that broke off. This skippy video makes it hard to see. Anyways, there's a clip there that broke loose. There's the part that broke off, and it's got the metal rod. That metal rod has to come out of the clip, go into the one that pushes down inside the door against a mechanism which causes the door to open. So now I'm going to put it on the new door handle. Into the little yellow clip. I bought this door handle on eBay, as I did the one when I replaced the passenger side, for something like $66. Alright, here we're looking down inside the door to see where that bottom end of the rod goes. There's a blue round plastic piece down in there. There it is, the blue thing. And it pushes down into there, just kind of sits in there. It's like a little funnel, and it'll drop right in and push down. And as it pushes up and down, or as it pushes down, it opens the door. So it's fairly simple to get it in there. So we'll put the rod back in the handle, assemble the handle back onto the door. I did 3 or 4 separate little video clips. I'm trying to piece them together here using the EasyVid, which so far for me has not been easy, because I'm not finding any controls to stop, back up, do what I want. So there we're putting the rod on, putting it in the clip, the yellow clip, and the clip snaps in place. It'll be obvious to you when you see it. Pull the handle, rod goes down. So now you've got to kind of get the rod inside the door, and that round piece has got to go inside the door, and then at the bottom of the handle there's a little tab which gave me some trouble kind of wiggling it. So the next thing also is to get the lock back on. So kind of get it in place. I got the rod down in there now, I think, but several times I pulled it in and out. There's the lock mechanism. I'm going to put that back in its place and tighten the bolt or screw back in. Okay. Now basically it's just kind of wiggling it into place, but like I said, I had trouble with that tab at the bottom. So you kind of have to tilt it, the top of the handle tilt back towards camera, and then that tab will catch up on top of the sheet metal. But you see I'm struggling here for several minutes before I figured that out. Then I took the lock loose again, thinking I had to do that. I didn't have to, but... And we paused here, because I can't figure out how to make this EasyVid work. Back showing you a little blue tab down inside there. Here's the 2 handles, broken handle on the right, new one on the left. Broken one, you see the pieces missing there, that piece. Here's a new one, it's got a piece in place with the yellow clip that the rod goes into. There's the rod again. Rod goes down in the door, so I guess I'm kind of backtracking and repeating here. Putting the lock back on. This of the lock. Eventually I took it back in because I forgot to tighten it all the way. Tied up with a wrench later. Thought they were 11mm, but they're 10mm. It looks much more difficult than it is. Just goes into place. You fill with. You just make sure that rod's down into the little blue thing. Bolt lock mechanism back on. I'm trying it out. I haven't taken the bolts or put the bolts in. Shutting the door and holding the mechanism in place and pulling on the handle. I had the door locked, so of course it wouldn't open, so then I had to reach inside and unlock the door. Eventually it worked, and I opened the door. Alright. So next I gotta try to fiddle it back in there again and put the 2 bolts back in on the right inside the door. So fiddle it into place, and now we'll put it in. Using the little cardboard tube so I don't drop the bolt down inside the door. Top bolt in. Use a tube on the bottom bolt. Kind of just push that paper tube in there, get it lined up, and set the screw on there and push it in with the screwdriver. Give it a twist so it catches and starts threading in. You can remove the paper tube and tighten the screw. Once I got them tight, I took a socket and snugged them down. And it's installed. Should work. I'll put the grommets back on. The two plastic grommets snap right back in. We can close the door and handle. And it worked. There you go. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Hopefully the video is better than it looks here in my as I'm watching and adding the audio.